Yeah, first of all, it's fantastic to see you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling as good as you can. A week after sort of major surgery, which obviously it was, but very pleased to be sitting here and being able to do an interview so early. Not just with the lads this morning, but with yourself now, and give me a chance to say to everybody that yes, I am getting better. Of course, every day you go 5%, 10%, 15%, and you really feel you're getting better. You eat a little bit more. You realise you put on a little bit more. You feel more energy all of a sudden. So I'm not a million miles away, and all the cards and all the get well soon bits have been overwhelming, really, right from day one in the hospital and from friends, family, football friends, um, supporters at the football club, and it really has been overwhelming. So I thank everybody that took the time. It's not just the card itself; it's the words that are written. And move on before I start crying again.
Right,
I've got to stop that.
let's
I
go.
know I'm better when I stop feeling like I want to cry.
Right, let's go straight into football then, shall we?
Oh no, now I do want to cry.
Obviously, you've been away for the last 4 games. What have you been able to see of them? What have you made of them, of what you have seen?
Well, my wife will tell you, there's no way I can lie in a hospital bed not doing anything, despite having tubes out of every orifice that you got. But my son lent me his laptop. I could get all the games on anyway, and so I've seen everything. I've seen, not just every game, but I've watched them 2 or 3 times. Time goes slow in hospital for the first few days, and I've really, in my head, dissected every game, every individual. Some are not doing enough at the moment. We went to Exeter and Doncaster. It were going to be 2 difficult games anyway, after 3 good wins. Done all right without looking like winning the games. A few chances. Cambridge, I thought we should have won. I thought we finished very strong, and we had a couple of real good chances. There was a couple of nearly men on the day that if we'd have put that chances away, would be another 3 points sort of thing. But the game that disturbed me the most was the Barnet game, because I didn't recognise our team. I didn't recognise our tactics. Me and Russ, we speak every day. We spoke every day. I saw the training sessions. We discussed, we're absolutely very much on the same wavelength, me and Russ, and the other members of the staff. It's not me sitting back or him sitting back and leaving it to each other. We're going to do this sort of thing. And so we felt that the Barnet game, there wasn't enough going on, and the boys looked a poor team on the day, even though we was 1-0 up. And even though I put out that tweet, which I appreciate you putting it out there, that we have still got to stay patient, and we have still got to support the lads, because the season's still 8 games to go, seven games to go, and these games are massive, and we can either fade and die, and everybody moan at each other right now, or get out of trouble, assess it at the end of the season, and then worry about it. But at the moment, we've got to rally the troops as much as we can. Sometimes you have to tell the troops, that battle that you just went into, you didn't want to win. The next battle we go into, you've got to look like you're showing the intent to win. And this is where the Morecambe game comes in now. So I was able to talk to them this morning about the first time I've been disturbed with their performance was against Barnet. For many reasons that people that see the game, people that were there, supporters that were there, and I could hear them singing. So I listened to the game live on the radio, so I could hear them getting behind the lads until there was nothing to support, and the lads had to know that, hear it from me, and they also need to know that I was still alive.
Russ and Pete said last week that you were there in mind, but not in body. It sounds like you've been sort of talking to them very regularly.
Yeah, absolutely regularly, because for my own peace of mind, I needed to help. I know that what we talk about, what we discuss in our conference calls and like what we did this morning. I trust the lads that are there, that are running it, to put that over. Now, what we had against Barnet was that the boys then weren't able to put over in the game what they'd been doing very, very well all week. Seen all the videos of their training and who did well, who did, so on and so forth. So there's no problem there. We've just got to get the lads performing, believing in themselves again, and getting this next win, because we're still six points away from the relegation zone with 7 games left, which is quite a big figure at this stage. But that can easily get less if we don't get ourselves moving and get that next win pretty quickly. And we'll see. You know, professionals are professionals. They're up, they're down, especially young ones. And we'll see who the leaders are now, because now's the time to stand up and be counted. It's a little bit like everyone, really. You know, I'd love to have 5,000 people at Wadham Road on Saturday, giving positive support throughout the 90 minutes, whatever happens. And then if we do survive and we do get a result, they've had a massive part in it. Whereas the ones that like to have a little moan, it's no problem, because we all get a little bit disappointed straight after the game. But then be there to support the lads and support them through even some rough times in a game sometimes. Because if a player's getting continual stick about giving the first one and when they go, and then the next one he's a bit worried about it, if we can get that, and I say it so many times, a strong, positive, loud, noisy support, you'll see the boys rise from the ashes. You will, and I've seen it a million times. No, well, over 1,000 times. And the supporters will play a big part on Saturday, especially if they play their part, and that's all they can do. They can't come on the pitch. I bet some of them wish they could, and some of them probably would have done a better job, apparently, that's for sure. But at the moment, all we can do is support the lads. We are doing all we can. The chairman's doing all he can, and supporters look like they're doing all they can. We just need that little bit more from all of us now, especially the players.
Obviously, you mentioned that you've spoken to Russ and Pete, all the other staff. And you had a video meeting with the players this morning. How much have you been able to speak to them during this period?
Well, Downsy's on the WhatsApp, so I've been able to speak to Downsy, ask him to send out messages to lads that I felt I needed to. Obviously, you leave it to Russ, the everyday talking to him, as far as what he needs to say. So, it's unfortunately we've lost the last 3, but that don't mean to say that we mustn't keep pushing them, cajoling them, shoving them. Scotland's game yesterday, Gordon Strachan said he had to push them into a different level, and he done that, and it can be done. And I've done it before at previous clubs, and there's no formula. Do this and you end up all right, or do it. You just got to do what comes from your heart, if you like. It's and then you hope that the players take it in, because they've got a commitment to the cause, and we've got to find the players with the commitment to the cause that are going to get us out of trouble before the last couple of games.
You've already mentioned it, but just how big of a game is Saturday for us at home to Morecambe?
Well, it is a cup final. It's one of 7 cup finals now. We don't want to, as I say, leave it late, but they've been on a poor run as well. To be fair, they're not a bad side, and they had a good run earlier on in the season. But it really is going to be about what we do. It's about what we do, and we've really concentrated on our game, how we're going to play, and how we need to play this particular game. And that's what we've been working on. And now we've got to pick the team that we think will do that to the best of their ability. We've got to pick the team that we think's the most confident to do that. No shrinking violets. People might have little knocks from the Barnet game, whether it be mentally or physically. So we've got to find the strongest team, and that's our job for the rest of the week.
Well, Graf, it was great to see you again, and hopefully we'll see you back in Cheltenham soon.
I appreciate it, George.